Hi there, Phil Rogers, Lauren Hall here from Low Market Edge, coming to you with our weekly wrap. First time we've probably actually had.
It's a bit more formal today.
Yes, the big boy pants on today, doing some stuff out and about today, which is good, and shooting some new videos, so watch this space coming your way. So no real superhero Friday today, but all good. Superheroes we were this week.
Yeah,
so
every day.
A couple of things to talk to you about this week. Excited to announce we made Platinum Elite this week. So within the low market group, we have some levels of tiers, I guess, of reward and recognition. So very exciting to be the third person in Queensland to hit that for this financial year. So a big achievement for the team. So very excited to be able to share that good news. Keep an eye on the socials. There we go. Keep an eye, or even the celebratory beer. Yeah, little product placement there with the low market thing in there. It is. Yeah, here's to us.
Very good.
But you shouldn't have beers and banking in the same video. But we'll deal with that later. So yeah, exciting to share the news. Keep an eye on the socials. We'll get that out and about, so you'll see a little bit more what that's about. Quick note to follow up on the valuations we spoke about last week, and some of the risk ratings and things that are now coming. We've also seen a shift this week with a number of the banks where anything in southeast Queensland and probably down to the northern rivers, the valuation system will obviously decide, it decides, letting you know what it does. It will decide three types of valuations: a desktop, like a modelled estimate, a drive-by, a curbside, or a full val while they enter the property. Now, traditionally, that system decides the type of valuation and that accepts what it goes through with your application. At the moment, they are actually overstepping that by, even if a desktop style valuation is accepted in a lot of those areas and postcodes down that space, they're actually then triggering a full valuation. So, application in at the moment has been approved, would have taken and accepted that valuation normally. The assessors now conditionally approved that loan and ordered a full valuation. So in a lot of cases it's very new, and I guess they're protecting the consumer and the bank and everyone involved, so I understand why. But from a timing point of view, just knowing that there is, I guess, discretion at the moment, especially with the banks, that they may still go and order a full valuation on the back end of that. So it's not written anywhere in policy, a little bit tricky to keep up with. But just at the moment, with what's been happening with the floods and everything, that is a thing, and just want to be mindful of that. If you do find the frustrations of we're almost done, but now it's gone and taken an extra week, there's your answer why. So be mindful of that. The other one we had a little bit of chat with, and I guess it's probably been a sign of the market over the last couple of years with the shortage of stock, was the difference between off the plan and house and land. I guess off the plan purchase and a house and land purchase. And I thought we'd just briefly maybe touch base on that today, and tell you guys a little bit maybe about those differences, a couple of advantages, disadvantages, so to speak. So, Lauren.
Over to me.
Would you like to tell the viewers at home, the fans, what off the plan maybe is?
There you go. Yeah, perfect. Yep. So off the plan. You can recap it afterwards.
Just let you talk and not interrupt.
No, fair enough.
I'll have a beer.
So you can do it again for the Aussie viewers afterwards, so they can understand. Off the plan, really popular, has been over the last few years, particularly here in southeast Queensland. A lot of development, new buildings and high rises going up. So off the plan is where you purchase under contract, obviously, a property that's not yet completed. So that might be due to be completed in 6 months. It may be 3 years, 4 years down the line. So normally quite common with larger buildings and larger complexes is where we see off the plan, not only there, but probably most commonly there. So you'll pay a deposit to commit to that purchase. That's normally standard terms of 10% of the purchase price, and then you'll pay the balance when the project is completed. Okay, again, could be 6 months, 12 months, 2-3 years down the line. So what was I going to say? One of the big benefits, of course, is that you've secured a property at the market rate today. Okay, so understand that traditionally the market does increase, so that's a big reason why people do look at off the plan, is that you're securing the purchase price today. And you obviously don't make any repayments on any loans because we're not borrowing any money until you actually settle on the purchase as well.
Yeah, and probably two really important things to think about there as well is one, your personal position. So from an income point of view, whether you're earning, whether you're casual, whether you're earning commissions, whether you're self-employed, understanding what your position is today, where do you envision that to be in 3 years? Yeah, so there's a different level of conversation because it is into the future somewhat. Yep. So you've got to have that strength of position and make sure that there's a buffer of comfort in your position in the household and probably in deposit as well. Yeah. So they're two things to really consider. House and land.
Oh, here we go. Under pressure now.
I'll tell you about house and land. So house and land is when you buy a block of land and then you build on it. So really straightforward there. A couple of advantages, obviously it is a now factor. Traditionally, understanding that some blocks of land, especially at the moment, aren't yet titled and aren't yet released, but often that period is a lot shorter and you're buying that, they've just been released or they might be titling or settling in 6 months. You'll settle on that land and then start to build on the home. So you do get some, design control over that. So you get to build what you want and what you're looking for in the area that you want to live, I guess. How the financing side works, so there's a little bit different off the plan that you will settle on the land first and then you will start making some repayments on the construction loan and a progress drawdown stages. There's generally 5 drawdowns, so during that period you'll start to draw down that loan and make repayments during that period. So being mindful if it's owner occupied that you would be renting potentially during that period if you haven't been able to bunk back with the parents and put up with that for 6 to 12 months, or them put up with you, I should say, for 6 to 12 months. But you may be renting during that period. You can have that drawdown on interest only. So you're not paying the whole loan from the beginning, but you're definitely having to pay portions of that and potentially rent at the same time. Likewise, if you're an investor, you're not
receiving
rental income. Yeah. So likewise, both of those examples with off the plan as well. As an investor, you are sort of estimating the future market and what that's going to look like and what future rent would be. So you need to be comfortable if there's a bit of a variance there. And the house and land. So so settling early, it's more so that it is done traditionally a little bit quicker than off the plan. You could be lucky if there's a project almost finished, but the house and land is something that it might be closer to that, anywhere 3 to 12 months, I guess, if we just talk general numbers. Land could be ready right now, you can build on it straight away, but in those other examples, off the plan is traditionally a little bit further away. So,
and in both those cases, in some spaces there's obviously some grants available in there as well, just as a little side note. So particularly in your first home buyer space, both those off the plan and your land and construction do, if you're in Queensland in particular, do qualify for some extra moolah from the government. So
$15,000 at the moment.
To help go towards that. So nice little perk on top. Just thought of that on the fly.
We have been hearing about, well, I actually had it written down, so I think that you might have read that. Says there, both of these have grants. But anyway, we'll let you take that. So that was just something we've just seen a little bit more at the moment. There had been a shortage of stock and probably particularly on the Gold Coast at the moment. There are a lot of cranes. If you've been down here recently, there's a lot of talk around those types of developments. Some are quite small and boutique style, some bigger townhouse type environments, and then we've got house and land, and then you've got 100 plus units and stories, 70 stories I think one is. So there's a lot of that floating around. So for people, if you've got any interest in that and you've got any questions, how does it work? There's some really common questions that come up. We'd love to talk you guys through it. So give us a bell. But for now, enjoy the weekend, and we will talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.